Okay, so the purpose of this video here is to offer some insight on the lag position and more specifically uncover exactly what's going on in the body leading up to as well as after this point in time in the swing. Right, the lag position is a term coined by Craig Wellenbrock, and if we're looking here on the right, it is the point that Votto's at right here. Okay, the barrel's starting to flatten out behind him, is creating some depth behind the ball, while still maintaining adjustability, and he has yet to commit to this ball, right? He's holding his angles, right? When I say holding angles, something you probably heard before, let's look at the barrel in relation to shoulder plane, right? Just about perpendicular. And we go here, working backwards, perpendicular, here, perpendicular, and then all the way up. Okay, so from heel plant all the way up to lag position, he is holding those perpendicular angles. All right, so there's no sort of independent torquing into the handle, any sort of instant supination going on at the hands at heel plant at this point in time right here. So that's good. We have two-dimensional video analysis. It's helpful. Now let's look here at this 3D rendering, this motion capture, and the colors on this motion capture skeleton represent acceleration, right? So red is not really moving, and then as it gets closer to bright green, it's reaching top speed all the way through. Okay, so the pelvis starts to accelerate, the torso starts to accelerate, and then we go to this point here. See, the barrel is still red, right? The barrel has not accelerated independent from the shoulders, right? The shoulders here are carrying the barrel through the transverse plane, right? The barrel is rotating with the shoulders up until this point here, right? And then at this point, the barrel reaches top speed and accelerates out through the field. Right, and then we look at Votto, same thing here. Let's go back a little bit. Holding his angles, holding lag, perpendicular, the barrel to the shoulders, and then right here, the barrel releases out through the field. Okay, so let's look at this. How do we know that the barrel is releasing and that there's some sort of torque, supination going on at the handle from this lag position? Right, the barrel's parallel to the shoulders. So we get from perpendicular in this frame to parallel. So there's a little bit of supination at the top hand in combination with some ulnar deviation at both wrists to really help and guide this barrel that is picking up speed and accelerating out through the field. Okay, so another really good view of this is this overhead view of Baez. Okay, we can get this out of here. And I want to draw a circle. This is your transverse plane that everything's rotating on, right? Shoulders, the barrel, all the way up until contact. So we'll go to right about here, where the torso starts to rotate. Let me make this circle a little bit better. All right, perfect. So let's look at the line of shoulders to bat, perpendicular there. Perpendicular here. And then at this frame here, this is the start where it starts, perpendicular again. And then from this frame, the barrel is accelerated out through the field. We can see at some point between here and here, the barrel gets to that point of being parallel to the shoulders. So at this point, we'll go barrels there, or shoulders are there, barrels there, perpendicular or parallel to the shoulders. So yeah, I hope that this offers some insight on understanding this lag position as well as what that means in terms of the deceleration sequence and when we're actually creating bat speed and when the barrel is reaching top speed, all the way up until this point here where the barrel's red, we have maintained our ability to shut down the swing, right? Like we have yet to accelerate the barrel or completely commit to this ball, right? Once we start to decelerate and work on this handle with a little bit of supination and ulnar deviation, then we've committed. So this lag position is giving us, just to recap, it's giving us some depth, adjustability, as well as creating some potential energy into the barrel and into the hands before making our commitment to the ball.